Suns leading the charge because of the two big boys from ONIC that might be their setup for the box.
And with that box, that's the big, I feel, issue for both these teams, right? They want to try to set it up, but the other wants to try to make it as chaotic as possible. They want to try to attack from different angles, and I think with AP BREN's comp, that might be what they're looking for here.
Yes.
Attacking from different angles, using that Mathilda to create havoc in these team fights.
Yeah. And
Thama should be doing the same thing, right? If he got the Vengeance here, it'll be really, really hard for the Claude or anyone to even deal with it.
Let me misuse my power at the moment.
Misuse?
Yes, because right now, while the players are on stage, I want the players to hear the crowd cheer. If you're with ONIC, chant ONIC. If you're with AP BREN, chant AP BREN. And Mirko, I know you're with ONIC, so let me hear all the Sonics. ONIC! Oh, we're in the game!
We're in!
Let me hear AP BREN! And with that, let's jump into the game.
We're in, all right. ONIC versus AP BREN in the early stage. Already 1 minute has elapsed. And what does it look like so far? Maybe we can take it slow with the emblems first here, Wolf.
Yeah, we haven't seen them actually right now. Yep, we're gonna be looking at towards that later on. I'm actually surprised that Brave Smite is Caltee's choice, because I think in the Philippines, we're kind of a region that likes the Quantum Charge actually on that particular hero. And Flapteasy going in for Impure Rage. Now, one thing that we do know about the Brody is it's a great laner. Like 1v1 almost wins almost all of the matchups.
And right now looking at Kyrie already setting up for the turtle. Keyboy absorbing quite a lot of damage coming in from Few as well as Ogwen. Not going to be having priority going into the turtle fight.
Kyrie's holding it, resets it. Suns and Boots rotating over. Both teams looking to go and contest for the first turtle of the game. Flapteasy already regaining that prio in the bottom side of the map. But both teams are still hovering over.
Yep, right now again, AP BREN, they do have the Astral Echo to find the opposing side, but Boost goes in!
3-man penalty zone off the Suns, damage coming down, and that's going to be Keyboy who shoves them back. Kyrie winning the Red Tree battle with the implosion coming down as well. Now it's going to be View. Very low first blood picked up by Suns, but a good appraiser's path turns it around. Now Boots all alone. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Make it 2-for-2 for the turtle, but if Boots gets taken down here, ONIC will lose out in the first fight of the game. Flapteasy.
Congratulations, ONIC got the turtle, but they have to pay with 3 members. It's not even worth it, Wolf.
Not at all. At the first turtle fight, you don't want to get that turtle in exchange for 3 heroes. That's the AP BREN. But a wonderful placement coming out from Flapteasy, just keeping his stabs up to Kyrie. Kyrie was way slow because of the control coming out from Flap. He still was able to get the turtle, which is amazing, but the succeeding fight, because they were poked down so much, they didn't have any staying power anymore.
This is why I was wondering, is it good for ONIC to fight around the turtle? Because the poke coming in from AP BREN as well as the heavy damage that they can put out. Calteezy wants Keyboy.
The CC, right? It's phenomenal. Kyrie jumping in, Suns is there as well with the help of CW. That's a 3-man circling eagle knockup. CW forced to use the defensive battle mirror image back to his own turret. Torn apart memory also used up there. A good shot off the CW under his tier 1. Ogwen's looking for a dive angle. Jumps in with the guiding wind. Super Marco looking for the stun. Battle mirror image out. Super Marco gets 1 hit on the turret gold and backs away.
Be great for CW for sure, as he's able to stand his ground. But overall, this is really good for AP BREN, because now they are overtaking the jungle. Calteezy and Ogwen, and the coverage that they have because of the guiding wind and the sustain that they have with Few from long distance. Woo!
Even an appraiser's wrath just to keep Keyboy at bay. They know how big the playmaking is. Boom.
Dude, the impact is so huge. The entire map lights up. And speaking of the entire map, it looks like what AP BREN is trying to do is try to cover 51% of the map. They're making sure ONIC stays honest. ONIC stays in their path.
I love the crowd, man. I really do. They're cheering for the screen going back to normal ONIC. Some good damage on Ogwen. Astral Echo connecting onto all 4. Flapteasy holding onto the turtle. That's a good Astral Spear onto the back. Boots going to be zoned away for now. Calteezy jumping in, getting a taunt, knocking Boots up. Flapteasy doing the same thing. Now with the Infernum and the circling eagle. Boots with the flicker backwards. That might just be a kill. DPZ to fall back. Phew! Gets a snipe from downtown. That is Keyboy who's forced back, and now the entire ONIC have to pull back.
Massive pokes coming out from AP BREN. The positioning, Ogwin was so instrumental in that, as well as Flapteasy. This surprise pick with this Matilda and this Tams make it difficult for ONIC to get some territories, get some ground, and few being on point with the Sphere.
The way that I see it, AP BREN wants to tell the Sky Kings, stay down, stay grounded. We're not gonna allow you to fly. But looking at the pacing here, I gotta ask you, Wolf, is this enough? Because ONIC, it looks like they're fine moving in this pace.
Oh, definitely. This is what they need to be doing. And the thing is, they're not really like stumbling, or they're not giving anything for ONIC Esports again to kind of move on. And I think this is the way that they're handling the left side of the map with the Brody, the top lane, gives them so much ground to work with and so much control at the early stages of the game.
And with a 3,000 gold lead, they're really dictating the pace. They're already rotating up top. They know where the battle mirror image is going to be placed down. GW, no turret there, but he backs up to the battle mirror image. And now ONIC are looking for a counter attack, but it is going to be fumbled instantly. AP BREN spot them, and they know exactly what they were planning.
Right now, I gotta ask Wolf, what is ONIC able to lose out? In terms of trading, they're losing turrets. How many turrets can they afford to lose?
Well, they do have good late game. I think they're going to be happy just keeping all of their outer turrets before the first Lord. Again, that's already a good sign for ONIC. Because right now, I mean, if the first Lord goes in favor of AP BREN and they don't have their turrets anymore, that's going to be a very bad problem. But I think, just to answer your question, that's the most that they can have.
All right, looking like ONIC, they got to keep that in mind. ONIC got to keep that in mind, man. If they want to make sure that they are still breathing into the game, they got to make sure when the Lord happens, the outer turrets are safe. Looking at the mid, very healthy. Looking at the EXP lane, looks like it's generally quite okay as well.
Yeah. And now looking at the turtle, it's in favor of AP BREN with 3 members of ONIC getting spotted out. Boots walking up now. Flapteasy dealing some damage on a Keyboy, poking him down with an Astral Spear, connecting onto the back line as well. Circling Eagle, knocking Kyrie up, zoning them away from the turtle. And Boots is forced to run away. Flapteasy just wreaking havoc as Calteasy picks up the turtle. Once again, 3 turtles to AP BREN. No contest from ONIC.
We got to talk about Flapteasy here. He's really pushing everyone from ONIC away. How's he doing this?
No, this is the strength of the Thames with the Impure Rage and the threat of the Vengeance. Then there's always that Ogwin factor where no matter what happens, he's going to be safe. That's why the 2 of them just go together, and there's nothing that ONIC can do. The early game tempo from the side of AP BREN was dictated by this Thames as well as this Matilda.
Well, good news for ONIC fans because EW is still deathless. Sans is able to protect himself with the ult coming in from Matilda. So far, a pretty slow-paced game, but looks like ONIC, again, this is the kind of pacing that they are forced to go into. But Kyrie, now, again, the question to Wolf, can Kyrie farm up enough that he can cause trouble for AP BREN?
It's not just about himself. I mean, the answer is yes, but
Kyrie still secures it.
Kyrie still secures it. The answer is yes, but he really needs to find his teammates. I think, you know, when you look at the Dairoth, you would think that this is a singular hero or an individual kind of hero, but it's not. It's a combo-based hero. You need someone else with physical damage to combo with you so that you're able to just make full advantage of the passive as well as the kit that Dairoth has. So I guess for Kyrie, yeah, surely you can farm up, but you need to utilize your teammates as well.
Exactly, right? It's not a solo hero here, especially I feel like the way that Kyrie's building towards, it's more of that utility build. Anti-Cuira's first item, only a Fury Hammer to help him deal some damage and a little bit of penetration. So this pick is really reliant on everyone else dealing damage. He's a utility jungler.
Help me understand this, Wolf. Why is Keyboy positioning the way that he is positioning now?
Oh, it makes me wonder. He doesn't have any teammates. I think he just wants to make sure that the purple buff will be at least watched. And there's really nothing that they can do right now aside from farming. He's spending his time here so that he's going to be able to land a wonderful implosion once they see the other members.
That looks like they're setting up for the Lord here. Sans
flickering out. Astral Echo thrown out as well by Sans in panic. And I feel like for Keyboy, is he trying to learn from his idol? The BBB, the big brain below, and now it's the BBK, big brain Keyboy, perhaps.
And here's the thing, AP BREN, no one sees this. No one knows where Keyboy is, but even if he gets a 5-man implosion, will the damage be enough, Wolf?
Maybe they have the Dyron, so they can. The damage will be there.
But AB BREN's damage as well is quite massive. Look at the poke coming in. Boots is already down to half.
Even the Lizard did not spot out Keyboy.
Yeah. Another Astro Spear. Boots taken low. Penalty zone. That's a DPZ, but not a defensive penalty zone. That's a desperate penalty zone from ONIC. A 4.8k gold lead, building up to 5k, and it has halted any shot of ONIC to look for an angle to fight.
It looks like Keyboy abort the plan. This is not going how we want it to go. Keyboy returns, and now ONIC, they got to pre-plan what else are they going to do. Astro Echo finds 2.
Fission mailed. ONIC forced back into their tier 1, and Super Marco, Mr. Reketiano, picks up that tier 1 in the mid lane. The Turret Eater.
Oh, this is definitely going to be AB BREN's power spike. And ONIC need to hold their ground. AB BREN's lineup with this Matilda, with this Brody, they're very, very strong at this moment. And the thing is, because of the fact that Few had a great time in the early stages, he's going to be the one to supplement the damage in the latter portions of the game. So AB BREN, even their composition is like this, they're not technically just an early to mid kind of a lineup. They do have the late game because of this Novaria. And ONIC needs to respect that. They need to make something happen now.
How's the clear though, right? I mean, ONIC right now, they're trying to deal with just a super minion wave.
It's not
good. Not good. We saw the main reason they were able to come back was that wave clear with the Lily. SCW gets poked by a torn apart memory. Zone back to his base.
Something about ONIC, I believe, and I kind of feel like all the Sonics believe, as long as the crystal is not destroyed, because it's not just in M5. They did it in M4 as well. When the odds are not in their favor, they will find a way. They will be able to do the impossible.
Dude, was that against the Valley, did? Maybe, talk about memory. Oh, Kyrie forced back Battle Mirror Image defensively as well. ONIC have fended off the First Lord, but I would say it's quite value. AP BREN got half of the HP for the turret in the bottom lane.
That's right. The Twilight Armor picked up by Kyrie, this is definitely a reaction to what AP BREN is giving them. Going up against the Novaria. Now, if I'm looking at the heroes, the composition of ONIC, there's really no dive that can get to Few. So I think that this is another problem that they have to go through. Even then, the front-to-back composition of AP BREN is also a thing of beauty because you have Laptizi all very, very farmed now with the Impure Rage as well as the Vengeance, and then you have Kaltizi to man the front lines as well. You have the Guiding Wind to start. The front-to-back of AP BREN is just perfect.
Ogwen is a roamer, let me remind you.
Yeah.
And he's doing that much damage to CW.
I really am curious to see how far behind CW is compared to Super Marco, right? Because Marco's been eating turrets, but it seems like in terms of levels, even damage earlier, CW has got quite enough.
So let me just ask, Wu, because you were talking about how ONIC, based on their lineup, it's not going to be easy to catch Few. So if Few is not the target, who should be the target? Is it the front line? Is it Super Marco?
I think ONIC will have to settle for the front lines, yes. Because that is the idea of the Dyroth anyways. Of course you can dive, but...
Good shot again, Astral Echo. Now revealing a few members. Kyrie going to be engaged on right now with the Circling Eagle, the taunting Appraiser's Wrath. You get some strike coming down, but it's on in time right now. It's actually an implosion out of the penalty zone, but it's still not enough. Super Marco is free hitting. That's a flicker and a torn apart memory. We're trunched by Sans. A good shot over. Sans dogging away. AP BREN looking for the end angle now. 7-1, 10,000 gold lead building. 2 members down for the Sky Kings.
ONIC lost 2, and now everyone from AP BREN, they're marching forward. They're looking at the base. Laptizi goes in.
The Hive in the building erupts. And the way it's been cleared out, but the turret, the base, has been taken away. AP BREN snatch a victory from under ONIC's feet.
This is the beginning of AP BREN telling ONIC no more. What happened yesterday was a fluke. If you give us an advantage, we're gonna take the win.
A beautiful execution coming out from AP BREN, the way that they drafted their early game composition with the Brody as well as the Matilda. With the Frederick, that's the first pick. Who would have thunk that we did not look at this hero the entire M5, and now, during the Grand Finals, first picked by AP BREN.
This is the level of world athletes. They made sure with 123 heroes in the game, never lose sight of the heroes that were once strong. They've used these heroes. They've mastered the heroes. they know how to execute it well. Even though it's not meta right now, they are the ones that create, that shape the meta. And with that being said, this has been